my name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire Heartbreaker runs. If you haven't checked out the last Heartbreaker run, I would heavily recommend that you do so. Won't mention what happened now though. Alright, time to turn it up. So, defect time. Remove a card from my deck or obtain a random common relic. Let's go for the random common relic. See, the thing is, I really want to go for this elite, but fine. I'm gonna be very tempted by that early shop. There's gonna have to be something real good in there, otherwise I think I might try and hold on to the Moorbank just for another wee while. Double defend this hand, double defend zap, hell yes. No, it's dual cast. Yep, set myself up with the ability to kill on that next turn. Fear Potion as well as Recycle, Rip and Tear. Definitely take a Rip and Tear so that I can start taking out early elites. Claw. I mean, when we're offered a Claw this early, and Impatience. Claw Impatience. All right. Well, there goes Moorbank. Real appreciative of all it did. All of what it did for us. There we go. No reason to even bother looking in that store. Nothing I can get. When you're offered a Claw that early, you can start building around it. Impatience in particular is a really great way to build around that Claw, because Claw is a zero-cost attack, which means that I can get it out of my hand and then use Impatience for more draw really easily. For that same reason, we'll be picking up Beam Cell here. Zap and Dual Cast both need to be upgraded as soon as possible as well. Damn, that sucks. So I put I put the attack on the frontliner because I knew that they were going to weaken me that round, and that meant that I was going to be able to kill them if they got hit by only 1 point of lightning with a single strike. But that doesn't appear to be how that one went down. That's okay, though. We have lethal. Just end the turn instantly. Get the kill. Claw. Cool-headed we could totally take because of the amount of zero cost that we're including in the deck. Okay. Very hopeful to get a Claw and a Zap off before we have... Damn it. Impatience means that if I play Impatience this turn, I'm definitely waking up the enemy this turn. No, I can wait another turn. It's fine. Zap, cool-headed to see if I get Zap or Claw. We don't. We do get Rip and Tear. That probably should have been a Fear Potion before that even happened. Very nice there. Very nice. I'm going to cool-headed and then... cast that extra defense, dual cast for it, rather. Should have the kill here. And indeed we do. Question card. Future card rewards screens have one additional card from which to choose. That will help us for finding more claws. Emerald Key, as well as Ball Lightning versus Streamline versus Compile. Gonna hard pass there. Preserved Insect, enemies in elite rooms have 25% less HP. This early in the game, that's like a bunch of free relics, basically. Alright, Lagavulin. Alright. I mean, not alright, but alright. Oof. That'll do it. Whew. Incense Burner. Every 6 turns gain 1 intangible. That is very powerful. I almost want to take a Cold Snap just to help us along the way with a little bit more defense, but I'm thinking Charge Battery over the top of that. It's either Defragment or Leap. I think it might just be Leap for a defensive card. Like FTL Leap. Okay. Get another 0 cost in there. Okay. I'm just going to try and set myself up for a kill next turn. Using both of my potions to do so, but they're not particularly good against the Guardian either way, so... Nice. Dual cast is probably in the next hand, and it is. There's the kill. We get Kunai every time we play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Oh, yeah. All for 1. Thank you. With the amount of 0 cost that we already have in the deck. I am so glad I took that fight. Ball Lightning, don't want that. Shame, don't want that. Zap, I actually kind of don't want. Electrodynamics? I don't have any AoE. Having Electrodynamics is just like a lot of AoE by itself. Another Zap pre-upgraded is another 0 cost. No, but I'm going to want to include Claws in the deck as my 0 costs so that I can actually get a lot of value out of them. Here I'm thinking that it's probably Rest, but it's also possible that it's upgrade either Beam Claw or like one of my defensive cards. I actually think it's probably one of my defensive cards in not in retrospect, but it's not one of my defensive cards. It's Impatience. Draw and play a bunch more 0 cost attacks, get that extra dex. That's the general idea behind that. Got 1 dex that turn. That's really good. Strike Impatience. Beam Cell. I can't cool-headed here. The reason I can't cool-headed is because I don't want to draw All for One. If I drew All for One after that cool-headed, that would just be the saddest thing possible. So it's Defend, All for One, brings back a bunch of those 0 costs. Now we can FTL for another draw, Beam Cell, Claw, we can Zap, Dual Cast, should have been in the opposite order by the way, Impatience for just extra draw, cycle through some cards, hell yeah. 3 decks, I mean, that's real good. No 0 cost in my discard pile except for the Impatience, and I would have to play both All for One and Rip and Tear to get to it, so it's cool-headed, then defend. Definitely FTL first. All right, that's another strike. That's really good. Fully defended. We just need to hold off on picking up way too many cards until we have the claws that we're looking for. I have to FTL before the Beam Cell here, even though I want to make the enemy vulnerable. Otherwise, the FTL wouldn't have gotten a draw. Awesome. 6 points of dex. I believe we've currently perfected the fight so far. Awesome. And we're invulnerable again this turn. Enemy's dead. Goodbye, Guardian. Hello. Next All for One. Fission. Fission versus Reboot. It's one of the two. Problem is if I get my Fission before... sorry, if I get my Reboot before my Electrodynamics or All for One, then I'll be really sad about it. Hyper Beam provides AoE, but it provides the same, like, it provides anti-AoE. Or rather, it provides AoE, and so does Electrodynamics, but both of them provide AoE in ways that are anti-synergistic with one another. I think I take the Fission. That's really difficult. It's really difficult because extra energy is really, really, really powerful for us right now, but extra orb slots... well, extra orb slots basically make us unkillable if we pick up enough cool-headeds and such. All right. I'm not pleased about it, but I think because we're going for a zero-cost build, we might be able to dilute the deck with enough zero-cost that we can actually run without that extra energy pretty easily. Well, I say pretty easily. That's in the long run, we'll be able to do it pretty easily. In the short run, it is going to not be good. Okay. I mean, I obviously can't cast Vision there. What if I just get defensive cards? Go for the eyes. We do want a single copy of that in this deck because it's an all-for-one build. That's kind of crummy. That could have been a really good opening hand. Oh well. Hopefully the enemy goes for a big attack next turn because I'm intangible. That's an attack, certainly. No more zero cost in there, so I can just all for one full value here. And hell, let's just kill the enemy for the hell of it. Focus Potion, as well as Rip and Tear, Defragment, Cold Snap, Rebound. Cold Snap becomes a lot more powerful now that I have the ability to retain a lot of those. Frost Orbs. No, that'll dilute my deck with those strikes. I can't have a lower max HP right now. It's just going to be really, really dangerous in the final combat. So my goal here is to get to... I guess my goal here ought to be to get to Electrodynamics as quickly as possible. Hey, there it is. Took 12 damage there, but now... Yeah, definitely gonna have to use Fission here as much as I desperately don't want to. Okay. Single strike for the front line. Go for the eyes, Rip and Tear, defend, defend. And we're good now. It's good now. There we go. Too much. Choose one of 20 cards. Yes, I'm choosing a claw as well. Thank you. Turbo is nice. No, it's a claw. The claws aren't for the hallway fights, by the way. They are for the long haul fights. It is important that I make that distinction. This has to be a Focus Potion fight, unfortunately. Just because of how much we need the extra defense. Okay. I was very much looking for all for one there, by the way. Game. At the very least, I'm not going to overdraw next hand, so I can still get all for one, as long as I don't play FTL first, which would be very dumb to do. It's okay. We have, like, extreme lethal there. Smiling Master Merger's card move service now always costs 50 gold, as well as another Fission versus Scrape. We'll take Scrape. Static Discharge is interesting because in the final battle you can generate a ridiculous amount of lightning, but the problem is you have to get hit. It has to be received attack damage, not blocked attack damage, which means that you're going to have to take some damage in order to trigger it. unless I happen to line up Incense Burner with the turn that the enemy does their 12 attack and then accept 12 damage, that Static Discharge isn't going to be extremely useful in that final fight. Take a scrape. A second fission's too much, especially when I haven't already upgraded the first one. Which reminds me, we do need to upgrade the first fission. If we can get the actual effect, that is to say evoking the orbs while we're playing them, then that turn is going to be a lot more powerful. Anchor, start each combat with 10 block. That's extremely powerful for us. A lot of the damage that we take is on turn 1. We'll upgrade Electrodynamics so that we're more powerful in AoE battles, which we aren't yet. It's important to do that, especially here, considering AoE battle immediately. Which could kind of be expected. Thankfully, I have intangibility this turn. Alright, that could have been a lot worse. Fission will allow me to play Electrodynamics, which will then kill the backline. And it fully defends me as well. That's interesting. Get weakened, but I do get wounds in my deck. Unfortunately, our next draw has the awful one, but it's also going to generate a new deck. It's obviously not ideal. I could have defended better that turn. The Courier, the merchant no longer... the merchant restocks cards, relics, and potions, and the price is decreased by 20%. That's another claw, but that's up against elite, and defense is really letting us down right now. If I want to get through the champ, I'm going to have to build some serious claws. Apparition. We need to upgrade those apparitions as well. Claw, Orb 1, Claw. Alright, 2 turns time, we have full defense. Great, we're intangible this turn. Very good turn to have picked, to have gotten that rather. Picked. TL, Claw. I could Apparition now, and then that would carry over to next turn, but I could also generate 3 Lightning Orbs, which is really good. I've got to worry about my HP a lot here. I don't really have a choice about how I play that hand at the very end there. Ouch. One of the problems we're about to run into is we can't heal at this point. Oh. Turbo. It's turbo. I need the extra energy so that I can play out all of the things on the turn that I play my All for One. And we are running out of energy a lot. I don't have an X cost in the entire deck. Pair, raise your max HP by 10, as well as Vajra for +1 strength. I think it's actually both of those. The problem here is I cannot rest for HP. If I don't upgrade those apparitions, I am, or at least one of them, I am definitely dead when the enemy uses Execute. Two decks on the first turn is really good, as well as 3 increments of our Claw. There's your 1. Get that extra turn of intangibility. It's not relevant though. That is not whether I played that card. It discarded all for 1. That's exactly what we didn't want it to do. Got 2 apparitions still left in deck because apparently we shuffled through 1 the first time. Might need 1 this turn. Using that 1 this turn is really bad though. I can't use that apparition this turn. I need that apparition to save me from the first execute, or I will definitely die. I mean, this apparition does nothing. It was on the wrong turn. If those 2 apparitions were swapped around, so I got the ethereal one first and then the non-ethereal one second, I would have been really happy. Thankfully, Incense Burner is lined up to protect us this turn. Excellent. There's the 33, and there's our apparition to counter it. Right. Excellent. Although with enough decks, we actually already had the overcome on that. Nice. See what I mean about the claws being in there for the long game? Second all for 1. Extremely second all for 1. You! Oh. Exactly what we needed is extra energy. Just an extra energy relic right there. This is why I was worried about not taking an extra energy relic after the first boss, because then I don't have the ability to later. We'll take Runic Pyramid, though. Runic Pyramid is going to give us the ability to hold our... Runic Pyramid is going to give us the ability to hold our all-for-ones and our 0 costs until they are ready to actually be played for that turn for actual value. Also to hold our apparitions until the exact turn that we're going to be taking a lot of damage, which is very important. We can even hold turbo until we need extra energy. Yep, this is exactly an Electrodynamics turn. Electrodynamics leap, almost certainly. Electrodynamics leap turbo, and then we'll all for 1 the back line. If I threw the extra damage on the Darkling in the midline, we would have been fine that turn. But it also doesn't matter. Blizzard versus Genetic... It's way too late to take Genetic Algorithm. That upgraded Turbo has a place. Consume has a place as well. Obviously, we have Inserter. Take the Consume, but Consume is so expensive, it's almost my entire turn just to play Consume. Upgrade all cards you can no longer heal will kill us. We have to fight the boss from Act 1. Don't really have a choice. By the way, ethereal cards, even if you retain them, they will die. I am going to say that preemptively. See what I mean? So that's why it's very important that I upgrade all of them, despite the fact that I have that. Ow. I'm going to consume FTL, Zap. I'm basically just trying to empty my hand as much as I can here, because I need to make space. Because I've got another All for One in the deck, and I need to have the ability to play that All for One and draw all of the cards that All for One would otherwise draw. For that same reason I can't play Scrape here either. Okay. I can't fission here either. All for One gets a lot of cards back, but not exactly the cards I wanted, unfortunately. That's okay, though. I'll learn to live with it. Munchku, every time you play 10 attacks, gain an energy. That is very, 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 very important for us. Second Consume is probably too heavy for this deck currently. I'm probably going to take the extra claw. Finesse. Extremely finesse. It carries all of the dex upgrades that we're going to get as a result of the kunai. I don't need to allow myself to take 6 damage this turn. Okay. Blew him up. It's so difficult to turn down a Glacier. Especially when I have a deck that already has Consume and Inserter. I just don't understand when we're going to have the opportunity to play them, but I do recognize that they really need to be in this deck. Turbo, Consume, Dual Cast, All for One, or Claw. The general theme of this turn is take no damage, deal all of it. And we'll use that to murder. Second Focus Potion. I can't take the extra Cold Snap, not now. Those Focus Potions both need to stay until literally the end of the game. We get to hold Glacier until the exact right turn. Probably this turn. There it is. Ugh, okay, this is going to be a problem. So Fission draws 4, gives us 4 energy here. I'm literally just looking for Apparition. We managed to find one. My whole goal here is just adding up a bunch of weaknesses because these turbos are really going to screw us over later. It's fine. Claw, Rip Tear. Scrape for the triple draw. Claw, Claw for the kill. Old coin, gain 300 gold on pickup. Can't take any of those. Except for the charge battery. No, I have the money. I have to go to the store. It's definitely Lee's Waffle. Full heal as well as 7 max HP. Yes. Mango, 14 max HP. We need that as well. And 7 max HP from Strawberry. Now we have Apparitions, but also a reasonable amount of max HP. We can also take Hologram for a pullback from the discard pile. I am so glad I went to that store. Lose a Claw for a Potion Relic. For a Relic. The Claws are really important, but the Focus Potions are what we're going to win with. Yep, gain extra energy on the first turn is actually pretty good for us. Literally have to take the Sapphire Key there. Don't have a choice. Need to upgrade the other 2 Apparitions so that I can hold them for the right turns. That could have been a lot worse. We are taking 15 damage this turn, it's true. But it could have been a lot worse than that. Is there a position for Core Surge here? Because I don't think there is. Thank you, Fission, by the way. For being extremely powerful right there. That turned out pretty damn well. I'd love to take that block potion, but really shouldn't. It's another giant defense with kunai. For 0. We need something that can get brought back by All for One that gives us defense. I'm gonna get the key there before I forget. Thank heck for the intangibility this turn, I'll tell you what. And we'll turbo and then restart that. Didn't want to play that extra turbo there, by the way. That's kind of just me getting all excited about playing all of these cards in the video game. And then it turns out, yeah, that actually probably was correct anyway. Awesome. Like, bronze would be really good in that final battle, but you know what would be better in that final battle? Two focus potions. Especially considering I have unlimited orb slots. I'm gonna have to hold on to All for One. It doesn't do anything this turn. Alright. Gosh! All for One! What are you doing? Yikes! Alright, we got the electrodynamics. We need that out. Some patience here. I want a Turbo Glacier. Apparition's gonna be more useful than just that damage. We're gonna bring back All for One. Vision first. Great. I have to All for One if I want to use Impatience here, right? On, looking for claws. There we go. I'm gonna get both of those defense out of hand. We have a lot of voids in our draw pile right now. That is going to be a problem. Yeah, there's void number one. Just going to have to be aware of it. Okay. Finesse first. Follow up with Claw. Definitely something like a Cold Snap. Strike. All for One to bring back. Claw, Claw, Finesse. I'm going to Turbo here just to get out the Charge Battery and the Strike there. And that's just to empty my hand out a little bit so I don't miss out on drawing anything that I very much, extremely, definitely want. I think it's also going to be important in this position to make sure that I can hold on to a bunch of Frost Orbs. Yeah, we've got this. Absolutely no problem from here on out. Great time to draw that Void, by the way. We avoid the downside. That's just a fun joke we like to tell. Don't worry, I'm not sincerely laughing at it. It's kind of the Rowan Atkinson, the devil sketch. That's just a little joke. It's, we like to keep things informal down here in hell, as well as infernal. That's just a little joke. Yeah, this should no longer be a problem. How many times do I have to say that before it becomes true? I mean, like, it already literally is true. We're holding on to 2 of these apparitions. We're still fine. I'm just playing that dual cast to get out of my hand so that I don't miss out on drawing an Awful One, because Awful One is lethal. Proceed. Smack the heart for 15-18. Okay. The big problem for us is actually going to be the elite fight. I really want to upgrade that consume. Scaling is so important in the boss fight. Second Glacier. Yes, I understand that Enlightenment is here and I would have been able to hold it for the right hand, but the second Glacier is going to give us the ability to defend ridiculously. As much as I would love to get full value out of things by playing All for One right now, being able to play All for One later is going to be a lot better. All right, here's apparition number 1. Claw, claw. Oh, cold snap and defend. They actually negatived my focus. How'd they do that? Negatived. They minused my focus. That's wild as hell. I don't like that at all. Claw, claw, claw. Zap, finesse. Charge battery, and then I'm gonna All for One again. Claw, claw, claw. Zap, finesse. Right. Okay, I'll beam cell before I go for the eyes so that I can make sure my defense is covered. That's the primary thing that we have to worry about. Strike, defend, defend, hologram back an All for One, play the All for One, and then win the game. Well, I say game. Obviously, I just mean that fight. Whetstone upon pick up upgrade 2 random attacks, as well as another turbo's too much. We've already seen the problem with how many turbos we have in the deck. Obviously, Barrage is really, really powerful in this deck eventually, but it will become powerful slower than Claw will become powerful, and it costs energy, where Claw does not. Crit test, strike, cold snap. And there's the 67. So we'll defend first. Pop an apparition, because we're definitely going to need one. Then we can claw for the card draw. Sorry, FTL for the card draw. Claw. I'll be taking 1 damage here if I play Fission. But I think getting through the deck faster rather than... Oh, never mind. The order in which that occurred actually really helped us. Nice. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way out of this one without playing the apparition. Great. So now we've got 1 more turn for setup. That's 2 All for Ones and a turbo in the hand. That's going to help. We're going to take some damage to the beat of death this turn, but that just has to happen. Finesse, FTL. Play turbo. And All for One. So claw, claw, finesse, FTL. Cool-headed. Defend. I don't have another All for One in the deck, but I do have the hologram to bring back an All for One. Still think I play another defend that turn. I need some space in hand. That's why I did it. Okay. All right. This one is actually probably just Glacier, Leap. That's what we've got. 30 block incoming. 60 damage incoming from the enemy. If I play Scrape and I miss Consume or Apparition, I could lose the game. For that reason, I can't play Scrape. We can keep Apparition this turn. Defend, Turbo, Zap. I'm going to hologram back the All for One, play the All for One. This is just about getting my claws better. I'm invulnerable next turn, by the way, so we were already fully defended this. Well, almost fully defended this time. Okay. There's our first consume. Unfortunately, our first consume will occur in between cycle 1 and 2, which is going to make it really difficult to play that many consumes. I think Scrape is also going to be another thing that I can't really afford to play at all. But then I can't play Impatience. That was the right turn for that. I'll go for the eyes. Is the enemy going to buff its strength or give itself block? I don't know. I have to play Steam Barrier. I need it out of that hand so that I can get maximum draw next turn. Unfortunately, that wound stays in my deck. My hand, rather. Yeah. This is the kind of thing I was worried about. Okay, so 9, 18, 27, 36. I need the extra block. Extra energy for next turn, by the way. That's what I mean. There we go. So we'll cast Apparition this turn. As well as Leap, and then we'll FTL, Zap. All for One to bring back Beam Cell and Claw in particular. This is what I was worried about. Our hand is starting to accumulate a lot of these cards that we can't play. We do have, for what it's worth, turbos left in the deck, and those are going to be really, really important here. Speaking of, okay. It's fine. The burn plays itself out of our hand there. We take no damage. All for One does nothing here, by the way. $8 by 15. It's 120. It's just not enough. Okay, we can zap, claw. All for One brings back claw, zap, finesse. Enemy is dead. And that is our first Ascension 15 Heartbreaker kill with the Defect. Not even with the power build, by the way. That was just all claws all the way. I'm very glad that we went to that opening shop, picked up the claw and the impatience. That turned out to be correct. Sure, it wasted the Maw Bank, but did you see how much work those did? Also very glad that I decided to buckle on my pride and actually pick up Turbo, because without it, we would have lost. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been... These have been real successful recently. Huh. Funny that. I'm actually really pleased. We've got Ironclad Ascension 15 next episode, and then directly after, Silent's first attempt at Ascension 15 as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.